What's going on, boys and girls? We're going to do a recipe that I haven't done before. This is going to be a squash dressing or a squash stuffing. I've seen it advertised. I guess, some of these social media platforms kind of see the kind of stuff you like, and apparently I like food. So they'll send all different kinds of food for me to look at, because I'm always looking at something like that's either related to food. So I figured they figured that I would probably like this recipe, and you know what? They're probably right. So we're going to try this squash dressing or squash stuffing, whichever one you want to call it, and we're going to see how good it is. I love squash. I love dressing, so it's got to turn out good. Now I'm going to put my own swing on it. Now they asked for some certain things to be in theirs, and I'm not going to use certain things, but you'll see. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, it calls for about a pound of squash, and that's a little bit more than a pound or so. Squash, an onion, calls for a bell pepper. The original recipe calls for celery, but we're not going to use celery. We're going to use some celery flakes here, and we're going to use some garlic as well too. Going to use a can of chicken broth, which it calls for. This right here is like 2 cans, so we're only going to use half of that right there. Some cream of chicken soup, some salt, some pepper, some ground red pepper, some poultry seasoning. I made some cornbread last night, and you just do this cornbread how you normally do your cornbread. Mine always comes out good, so that's going to make it taste really, really good. You need about 5 cups of that. Let's put this baby together. Alrighty, so you want to cut up your squash into bite-sized pieces like that right there, guys. And we're going to boil this for about 8 to 10 minutes. You don't really want to cook this till it's mushy. You want to still have a little bit of bite to it. So we got some water boiling over there. We're going to put it in there. All right, we got the squash in there. Going to bring that up to a boil, 8 to 10 minutes. All righty, we got the onions chopped up, got the bell peppers chopped up. We're going to saute those for about 7 minutes or so till they're nice and soft. We're also going to add the garlic in there as well. There we go with our our onions and our bell peppers and garlic. Alrighty, after about 7 minutes or so, we're going to add in a can of our cream of chicken soup. That came out pretty good. Gonna make sure we get it all out of there. Okay. We still got this cooking on a little bit. It's on medium low, y'all. Just trying to get it all out. I don't like to waste nothing here, so bear with me. Bear with me. All right. And we've got we've taken the squash off and we're letting the squash drain. Now we're going to add a little bit of pepper. We're going to have about 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, and we're just going to eyeball this, y'all. We're just going to eyeball it here. 3/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. A teaspoon of ground red pepper. Now we're not going to eyeball this. We're actually going to put this in here. We don't want to overdo it on this. That's some ground red pepper there. Half a teaspoon of our poultry seasoning, and poultry seasoning is just a mixture of a bunch of different spices, guys. It's got, I don't want to turn it up, but it's got a bunch of different, and this is the southern blend right here, but it's got, just to name a few, garlic, onion, paprika, and there's a bunch of, you can see a whole bunch of it. There's Italian seasoning in there, so there's a whole bunch of different things in there. I'm going to take a little bit of celery, about a half a teaspoon or a teaspoonful of celery flakes to give it that flavor, and about just a half of a teaspoon of salt. Again, we're not gonna overdo it with the salt either. If I can get it open. Half a teaspoon of salt. Give that a little mix here. It smells so good here. Then we're gonna put in 1 can of our chicken broth, which 1 can is about 16 ounces. So we're gonna put, where's my container here? We're gonna put 16 ounces is 2 cups. So we're gonna put in 2 cups of our chicken broth. And I might have to get a bigger pot, y'all, because I still got to add the squash to this. We're going to keep on cooking that. And then we're going to add in our squash. And again, you don't want it real soft like we would do our regular squash dish. And I'm gonna have to get a bigger pot, y'all, because I can tell you by the time I add that cornbread to this, it's going to spill over. So this pot's not quite big enough. So we'll come right back. All right, we just got a bigger stock pot here. This ought to fit just well. Just get all your onions and stuff out of there. We'll let that warm up a little bit. Put that to the side. I should have known that anyway, guys. Should have known that, but you know what? It's just one more thing to clean up. All right, now we're gonna add our cornbread to it here. And again, I have kind of crushed it up a little bit. That's 5 cups of cornbread, which is almost a complete piece of cornbread, except for maybe a quarter, which is probably good because that's gonna taste so doggone good, y'all. I'm talking about the part that's left over. So again, we're gonna get all this mixed in. And we want this to be a little bit on the wet side, you know. A little bit on the wet side. It smells delicious. Smells delicious. Seems like I'm missing something too, guys, but I don't think I am. I know some folks don't like the sage, and so I'm not putting sage in this one right here. All right, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. We're gonna get us a casserole dish or a baking dish. Let's kind of break down some of those pieces of cornbread. Let's put this in our casserole dish. Alrighty, so we got us a casserole dish or a baking dish. I don't know what you call it. And we're gonna take our, well, what did I do with my, oh, here it is. My spatula here. We're going to take our dressing here, put that in there, y'all. I'm going to have to get a glove here to hold my pot. It's a little hot. And it's really, you know, guys, it's really not taking that long to make this. I got home at about 5:45. Started at about 6. It's about 6:46. So it's not really taking that long. And if I wasn't making a video, I'd probably already have it in the oven and stuff right now. All right, now we're gonna smooth this down. This is gonna be so good, y'all. So friggin' good. Just get it all nice and even. nice and even, because it's a lot in there. And I'm telling you, the cornbread just by itself is already good, y'all. Cornbread is just stupid delicious. Good Lord. And if you haven't seen my cornbread recipe, I'll try to include a link in there, because you got to try it, guys, because it comes out good every time. I've got one. I think I've got one called a corny cornbread recipe. But if you take the can of corn out of there, you still make it the same way. All right, we're going to pop this in the oven. 375 for about 40 to 45 minutes, and this stuff will be done. That'll give you time to clean up all your dishes that you messed up and get ready to have some good eating. And again, I can have this type of thing any time of the year. I don't have to wait to Thanksgiving to have it. So we're going to put it in the oven, and here we go. There you go, y'all. Does that not look spectacular? Just took it out of the oven about 45 minutes or so. It's got the little, you know, the little burnt end around the edges, which is kind of what you want. Looks really good. It looks really pretty. So this thing is gonna, I know it's gonna taste good, guys. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know it's gonna taste good because it just looks so good. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, comment on the video, hit the little thumbs up sign, and that kind of puts the notification out to let more people get to see videos like this. And again, I had to try it just because it looked so good when it came across my feed. Squash, I keep wanting to say squash casserole, but squash stuffing or squash dressing looks good. Very easy recipe, guys. You guys take care. Peace. Guys and gals, I was going to wait. I was going to say, you know, I'm already eating dinner tonight, and I'm not going to taste this, but I had to have some of the cornbread squash, the squash stuffing. I had to try it just because I just, you know, said I wasn't going to wait. So here goes nothing. It smells great, guys. It's super hot right now. My mouth is watering. God, gal, y'all just don't know. Good Lord. That is good. I can definitely taste the red pepper in it. Whoo! That cornbread. Guys, you know I make some mean cornbread. This is delicious right here, y'all. This is super delicious. I know I won't be able to sleep if I eat more than this right here. But I had to taste, y'all, look at that. Where's my camera? Look at the heat coming off of it. Still hot. I'm telling you, if I could get up and do the holy dance right now, hallelujah, that was good. Man, that was good. You got to try it. You really got to try it now. Y'all have a great day. Peace.